Hey guys, Maria here, bringing you another Black Ops 2 clip, kill confirmed on cargo, playing with one of my buddies here, and what better topic than to talk about than Transformers, right? Can I get a all hail Megatron up in here? That's kind of lame, huh? Anyways, so, a lot of you that follow me on Instagram know that I am the self-proclaimed Decepticon queen. I bow as I say that. So yes, we're going to talk about Transformers. We're going to talk about why Decepticons are badass, because that's the side that I've chosen. And I just want you to know that I've always pretty much gravitated towards villainous characters. You know, people who were loners and rebels. You know, and the G1 series always intrigued me because the voice acting was great. They always look super badass, and you know, I usually just say one word whenever people ask me why Decepticons. I say Soundwave. So I'm gonna link you to this forum that I found today, because sometimes I have a hard time really expressing why I'm so passionate about them. And I just want to give kudos to Pravis Prime, who totally put it in perspective. Like, he pretty much vomited out my Decepticon soul onto this forum so you guys could read it for me. Or read it for me? No. It's an eyegasm, pretty much. And I just want to share it with you, because I just find it so beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful. It really is. So, I'm going to read it. I'm sorry if it's going to sound like... I'm going to try to make it as exciting as possible, pretty much. So, there you go. So, quote... Mostly an Autobot fan myself here, but there are a few cons I have as favorites. But think about this. The cons are basically terrorists. In response, are they? In animated, the Decepticons started the war after trying unsuccessfully to be granted basic civil rights and a voice in their own destiny. After a manifesto garnered attention and the Autobots responded with the Registration Act, events escalated into a war. You following me here? Now, I know it's in the animated universe, and like in all comics, it's a huge multiverse of awesomeness, you know, nerdgasmic shit. So, you know, moving on. Quote, Megatron is basically leading an army killing his own people like some real-life terrorist groups do. So why do you like the cons? I would love to know what side you're on, why you've chosen it, and we can further discuss this. Okay? So, in response to that, consider that all Transformers are Cybertronians, a singular race. In Transformers Prime, we have Optimus leading a group of exactly 4, who, having fought and lost a war on their own planet, have relocated on another planet where they use their skills to murder hundreds of their peers who are trying to rebuild their society on a new planet. We're just trying to rebuild, you know what I mean? Every Vehicon is a Cybertronian. There are probably thousands on Megatron's... Megatron, blah, blah. Yep. There are thousands on Megatron's flagship, ranging from miners to air warriors, and they are executed without a single thought by Prime and his 4 Autobots, because Prime doesn't want to let Earth become a new home for his enemies. Come on now, who's really the terrorist there? There's an irony that freedom is the right of all sentient beings, is the motto of the leader of a faction that most resembles a zealot-based communistic party. Who leads the Autobots? The holder of the Matrix, a religious bauble and the absolute decider of Autobot supreme leadership. Do you ever see an Autobot want to follow another bot for any other reason other than the Matrix? When Optimus names Ultra Magnus leader, everyone follows without question. When Rodimus Prime emerges, someone who was considered a punk kid is now the default supreme leader. No questions asked, and everyone falls into line, serving the Prime. What is the Autobots' method of determining a leader? The Matrix. Who gets the Matrix? Whomever the prior leader decides at the time of his death. And what do? Make choices for the, quote, common good. Even if that commonality includes non-Transformers who have no say in the decisions the Transformers make, any and all projects must have the Prime's approval to move forward. And should they go ahead anyways, they are in the end punished. They use the Sky Spies to monitor the world, and they have world energy displays to keep track of what goes where, and they are the ones with the final say in where that power goes. It is the Prime who decides what gets built and what doesn't. It's the Prime who decides who goes where and why. Now, even their Ooh, I was about to say defarting. Okay. Even their departing praise till all are one is an expression of their religious dogma. The Autobots idolize the Matrix. They follow whomever holds it. Dissent is unheard of, and they spout religious dogma. So, you have an organization based on religious fervor who dogmatically follows the leader with a religious bauble who determines what's best for all, even the welfare of the planet they're on. And what's the color of the Autobot symbol? What's the color of the most of... Okay, what is the color of the Autobot symbol? What is the color of most of the Autobots? Red, right? Communist red, right there in plain sight. Now, I'm a lover, not a fighter, so we'll just, like, skip that part, you know. I'm not trying to get into communists and stuff. It's just for fun, folks, okay? Alright, so, in animated, we have a very McCarthy-esque Cybertron under the rule of Sentinel Prime, right down to encouraging spying on your neighbors and reporting to the state, right? So, on the flip side, all hail Megatron, y'all know what's up. You have Decepticons, which has a leader with a similarly ironic mantra, peace through tyranny. We all love that quote, don't we? Right, Decepticons, right? Despite being an organization of free enterprise and capitalism, ranks are earned through accomplishment. They are the side that has the Constructicons. Who doesn't freaking love the Constructicons? The builders of the Transformers universe. The side that often builds the devices of the week that we saw. Their leader is chosen by consensus, and they are free to pursue any side project they wish. So, they managed to hold on to Cybertron as well for 4 million years and only lost control of their planet after a literal act of God interfered, and not even the God the Autobots adhere to. So, you have a series in which one force is about free enterprise and holds onto the home planet, fighting on a second planet with a small group of religious zealots who are about a communistic approach, and you want to call the Decepticons terrorists? Doesn't make sense. So, in more recent IDW series, the Autobots are not discerned against Decepticons by the universe at large. They are both viewed with the same amount of scorn and hatred for being warmongering titans who spread their war amongst the stars. There were entire organizations and many beings from Cybertron who were Cybertronian who blamed the Autobots just as much for the war as the Decepticons and left Cybertron to get away from their war. Booyah. So, it's also hard to paint the Autobots as peaceful in the movie universe. You know, I know it's the new genre, the new generation. I'm sure a lot of Transformers fans have probably seen the movie, right? I'm starting to lose my speech here, guys. So, where without the Decepticons to fight, they joined the U.S. military in operations to fight the USA's enemies with them. So, given the choice between live peaceful lives away from the war on a new planet, they instead chose to get involved in more conflict so they can stay fighting someone. Honestly, I like both sides in a few series, but the Decepticons are the more interesting side, especially in the more recent media. In animated, they were the oppressed. In War for Cybertron, they were the ones who sued for social change. They are the ones with the greater depth and motivations. Their group dynamic tends to be closer to being real. The idea that all the good guys work together, all happy and united like the way they do, is a bit laughable and childish, really. They also have the moral elasticity to make all sorts of interesting decisions and move the plot in ways that can be unforeseen. Plus, they generally have cooler designs and greater variety of alternative modes. I mean, how can you argue with that? I love it. If anybody could, like, send this video to Pravis Prime and show him that I'm a total, like, fan of what he just said, you know, just, like, you know, hail to you, man. That's all I pretty much gotta say. Blech. I think I've just worded myself out with just amazingness. I just spewed out amazingness in this video. So, without further ado, I really hope that you guys comment and, you know, just respond to the video. I love reading the comments, no matter if they're trolling comments, because I just kind of ignore those. But, you know, great comments about why you're an Autobot fan, why you're a Decepticon fan. And if you're not following me on Instagram yet, you know you got to. Of course, it's on private. I'm going to go through all of you that send requests, by the way. But I really hope you enjoyed the video. I don't think I did very well in this match, honestly. I think I might have, like, had a lot of what the fuck moments. So, Otherwise than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for sticking with me till the end. And as always, Decepticons mobilize.